he will never give up. He's got a very large heart and we really comfortable working environment under him.
We try to emulate his personality and try to emulate all the qualities that he has. He had that resistance to fear and he took that one step forward. And that is all what I think, that is what makes him a great man.
सीओ साहब हमारे जो है बहुत दिली आदमी हैं और खुशमिजाज आदमी हैं। सीओ साहब एक बार किसी चीज़ को जो है लक्ष्य ले लेते हैं कि मैंने ये काम करना है तो वो काम जो है वो पूरा नहीं छोड़ देते।
He's been a true role model, a true sense of inspiration for us, a true sense of motivation for us.
I wanted to see action and I wanted to live adventurous life. And since the time I have joined this battalion, I have never looked back. Whether it is mountaineering, whether it is jumping from the aircraft, whether it is fighting, I've got all of it. एक आपने स्ट्राइक कर लिया, जैसे एक रूम क्लियर किया, और अभी ये भी मालूम पड़ गया कौन कहाँ है।
Saurabh Singh Shekhawat and his men are trained for combat. Stationed in the far northeast, there is a force that is one of its kind in the Indian Army.
Special forces are a body of special troops which are mandated to carry out special operations, and the mandate comes from the higher ups, higher headquarters.
Morning, sir.
We all are volunteers, and we have chosen this life. That is first thing, and rest is our training. The training is selection process and the training. There is some fire burning inside, and they want to be different, and they have that sense of adventure to do something in their lives, and they want to seek action, they want to fight. This is our Shahid Smarak Memorial. This is the cost which we have paid since raising, and we have lost around 28 people. And these are our soldiers who laid down their lives for the cause of country.
High on adrenaline, this entire battalion has a zeal for adventure, and it has become an integral part of their training.
It is always life and death situation. We are into it now. We are all volunteers and we are into it. So when a task comes up, we take it. And now we know when we are going to go inside, there will be a firefight. If we perform, we will be alive. If we don't perform, we will be dead. I started mountaineering in 1997. Again, out of it started with the training. I went to high altitude warfare school. I climbed around 14 mountains till date, and including Everest, Mount Everest three times. Mountaineering is a good sport. It's a very, you can say extreme sport. And the peculiarity of this sport is that, there are no spectators, there is no cheering party, there are no medals, and there's no one to look at you or cheer you up. You are alone, on your own on the mountain. So it is between you and the mountain. when you climb, you are actually not, when you summit, you are not actually conquering the mountain, you are conquering yourself. So this is Loktak Lake which we were talking about. As you see, the biomass which you see in front of you, this is called foam, and you can now imagine how difficult it is to wade through this floating biomass. And if you look in the middle of the lake, you can see a cluster of huts. They're actually, these huts are made on that floating biomass. The maintenance of surprise was a problem. So initially we decided that we will go swimming. Actually this operation evolved in itself. Within a week we realized that this was a no-go because my boys were getting exhausted and a few of us got admitted in hospital. Then finally we decided that in Rome you do as Romans do. So we procured these boats and then we started practicing. This small pond was our initial training ground, and we did our boat training here. And within 20-25 days, everyone, each one of us was rowing the boat like a fisherman. This is the place from where we carried out our surveillance. And we then came to this place, and then we plotted the grid reference, map reference on the map, and then we trained this spotter scope in the same direction, and within 15 minutes we could see the target. With this spotter scope and with that long-range surveillance equipment, we kept the target under observation day and night. Now this is the area where the target was. As you see, as I had explained, these were the civilian huts. There are 14 huts. That was 3 years back, so there's some change here. So the problem was, which was in front of us, was that target was ahead of the civilian huts, and these huts were occupied by the civilians. Slowly we were moving towards the target, and I could see the sentry and I could see the perimeter patrol going on. That was the time I realized that I am feeling slightly chill on my back. So then I realized that we are going with the wind. And the wind will, because sentry will be able to hear the noise of the rowing. So that was the time we all stopped. I told everyone to stop and then take a detour. So we all turned back. It created a lot of time delay and lot of inconvenience to my other boys who were acting as stop. Everyone had to turn back. Then we got stuck in the foam like this. But somehow, we waded through this foam. And we took a detour and we came from east direction, against the wind. And that was the time, we got a good floating island, 50 meters from the target. Okay, the uniqueness of this operation was that there was no ground to fight. And we were in full realization that if fire comes on us, there is no escape.
All parties, action station.
And as per the rehearsal, Lakshman Singh was the first one who was supposed to open fire, and behind him we all fired, and the fire was very accurate. Within 4 minutes everything was over. We waited for the day to break, and then we entered the target, and we saw that we had fired very accurately, and those who were there at the target end, they were dead. And we carried out the thorough search. And then we went through the civilian huts also. They were all petrified people. Then we reassured them that we are army and no harm will come to you. And I was very happy that there was no collateral damage. As I see this lake now, there is no tension here. We can move freely, and we are moving freely. And in 2008, when we did the operation, this was not the situation then. Entering the lake meant that you might invite trouble. We feel satisfied. I feel satisfied that because of the little contribution made by my battalion, we can also take some credit.
Adorned with 3 gallantry awards, this operation at Loktak, in which 9 militants were neutralized, got the colonel a Kirti Chakra. However, for Shekhawat, it is his battalion that deserves the real credit.
Heroism for me, in this scenario, I would say how you are going to act against the adversity. And second thing is that, like in my case, this was a teamwork. So I can't say that I acted as a hero and because of me it was a success. It was a teamwork, and I just gave directions, and my boys were there with me, and they did the job.
3 years have passed. Colonel Saurabh Singh Shekhawat now leads this battalion of the Special Forces. And is back to his hectic life, a commanding officer, a man who is looked up by every Fauji under him. And the story of valor and inspiration is told every day.
शहीदों में खड़ा होना आसान नहीं होता, जिसे इश्क हकीकी हो वही गर्दन कटाता है.